So you went. What kind of auction did you go to?
It was at the Torpedo factory, and this isn't like really my scene. My friends had told me about this last year, and at the last minute they said there was a ticket available.
Alexandria, right?
Yes, and it's an old town, and it's called the Art League Patron Show, and it's for all the artists that. And it's kind of like a think tank for artists. If you're not from the area where they have
Pretty she event for you.
The Torpedo factory actually used to be made where they made torpedoes.
Yeah,
and
and
they
it's-
reconditioned the space for working artists.
It's,
a
it's a
wonderful
gallery.
place.
That's
Yeah,
right. It's a gallery primarily.
So it is a she event, but it's not for me. But my friends, I have friends in different circles. They said, "Hey, you should come out and see what you do.
Check it out.
What it's all about."
Right.
So the ticket allows you for an opportunity to get a free piece of art for your ticket after you've bought it, and you can choose anything from a lot of like 600 art pieces.
Wow.
cool.
And the goal is to be chosen early so you get your piece, because you could end up with just a tax write-off.
Okay.
Because at that point you might not want anything at the end of the show.
And this is sculpture. This is painting.
Yeah, abstract art, photographs, and all kinds of pieces of art.
And how do you get the item again? Do you
buy a ticket.
You buy a ticket, but do you have any leeway in picking out what you want?
No, it's just if your name is chosen, it's like a lottery system.
Oh, I see.
And then you get to choose from whatever's
Yes.
left. How much
Okay.
are the tickets?
They're anywhere from $130 to $200.
Okay.
Depending on the ticket.
Okay, and so
But most of these pieces of art are going for $400, $1,000,
Right.
$2,000.
so this at its core is an inexpensive way to get an original
Yes.
piece of artwork.
Yes.
and that's what the sell is to
Yes.
you. That's why you're there.
Yeah, because I couldn't afford something like a
Okay.
real piece of
All
art.
right.
like
Very
that.
cool.
Original art.
So, and it was interesting because I'd never been there. And you go there, and these people like couldn't be kinder and nicer, except when the auction starts.
Mr. Santana has chosen the dogs playing poker.
Yes.
Thank you. Pillow.
So a couple things are at play in rules of engagement. That when they call your name, you can't double up a pick because you have to keep track. Because if you pick the same art that's been picked by somebody else, the people will boo you.
Okay.
And then if you if you take a long time to pick the art, people will boo you.
Wow.
So when my name came
Like
up, I
us.
was chosen in the top 20. There was 800 people there.
Oh, so you got
early on.
dibs on something really
Yes.
nice.
And mind you, the show started at 4 o'clock. I showed up at 3:55.
Really?
And I might have looked at the art once on an iPhone.
Did you have an idea of what you wanted to grab?
Well, I looked at what I wanted to grab. Shannon did a great job of picking what she would have wanted for the place.
Right.
But I still was unprepared. But I knew that a couple of friends that had taken me there and told me about it had laid out a complete grid of what they wanted. They're really passionate about their art.
Okay.
So when my name was picked early, they were shocked, and I was as well. But I knew the whole time, since they were so passionate about their art, I was going to give them my pick if I was picked first.
Wow.
Okay.
Because, if someone's so passionate about it, they're going to take their
Right.
time.
Well, wonderful thing to do,
To
though.
lay out. And when I said it, her husband just kind of was like, "You can't do that." No, because he knows what big a deal it is. And I can be nice to a fault, but these are good friends of mine, and I knew they really wanted this piece of
So
art.
you
that
gave
was
them
on
your
lot.
pick?
I gave them my pick.
That's cool.
And they got the art. They were picked just. I want to say this is again 800 people. So 20
Right.
people later, his name was picked, and I picked Shannon's first pick as well. So I got my art as
So you,
well.
not
wow.
only were you incredibly generous to your friends,
That's
but you
karma.
got a very cool
Karma.
piece. What
And
what
what'd
was
you
the
get her?
piece?
It was an abstract piece of art that had a
Painting?
bunch- it looked like it was like a painting, but it also had beads and pearls hanging from it. It was beautiful. I loved to see it.
And in the middle is a giant phallus.
More importantly, when I was
They
checking,
were anal beads, Mike.
when I was checking out, Cindy Richardson, who's a big listener of the show, looked at me and she said, "You're Oscar from the Mike O'Mara Show."
Wow.
Cool.
And that we have people from all walks of life. We have people from all areas listening to the show, and it was heartwarming. It was
And
cool.
tomorrow, will you tell the story about the family member?
Yes.
The new family member from the Philippines?
straight off the boat.
That's very cool. You can relate to that.
Oh, I can.
A little bit. No, you really can't. Anyway, we'll take a break. Come back with Robin the Audio Vault right after this. I got to sneeze. Jesus.